From the gritty corners of the hustle to polished office suites, I've seen it all and lived to talk about it. Unfiltered, unapologetic, and real as hell. In this week's deep dive, I peel back the velvet curtain on what it really takes to go from street game to CEO. This week, questions come in from across the globe, real folks with real-life issues. This week, you have my raw truth on loving someone with a scandalous past, Sons wasting student loans on designer items, trusting ex-snitches that turned into non-profit saints, when your man cheats and still blames you, why ambition matters more than attention. You'll also hear about my time as a purveyor of fine filth, my businesses, and how I helped my girls leave the game with real wealth. This episode is dripping with wisdom, laughter, life lessons, and a little danger. Let's talk redemption, reinvention, and responsibility. Let's get to it. What's happening, family? It's your man, Master Silk, the voice of Velvet Game, soaked in truth, seasoned by time, and smooth enough to make your auntie blush. This week's episode is special. From the blade to the boardroom, 'cause see, I lock both. I've worn the silk shirts and gold rings in back rooms full of smoke and sin. And I've also sat at conference tables in $1,000 suits making power plays with men who used to be my ops. I didn't read this life in no book. Let's start pulling coats. Before we get knee-deep in this righteous ride, if you love what you hear, hit that subscribe button, share with your crew, and if you're feeling generous, head over to the subscription page and show some love. That's how I keep the lights on, the mic hot, and the brandy flowing. And don't forget, if you want your name, city, and issue featured on the next episode, email me at letmepullyourcoat@gmail.com. All right, let's step into this sharp-dressed sermon I call wisdom. First up is Davion from Atlanta, Georgia. Davion asks, would you date a woman who used to be in the streets for real? She's clean now, runs a legit biz, but the city's still talking. Davion, let me lace your boots. Right quick. I don't judge no woman by where she was. I judge her by where she going. Some of the best women I know wore 6-inch heels on a Friday and balanced ledgers on Monday. Back when I was a purveyor of fine filth, I owned a bar, a strip club, an adult video company, and a high-end escort service. I ain't glorifying it, I'm just stating the facts. And every single one of my girls left me with more than they came to me with. I didn't just put them on the track, I put them on track for ownership. They left with owning homes, cars, businesses, stock portfolios. One of them even owns a vegan cafe now. Real talk. I laced my girls with business knowledge, not just the game. So Davion, if the woman you eyeing has leveled up, that's a queen in transition. The question is, can you handle the glow up? Too worried about what people whispering in church lobbies. Next we have Yolanda from Detroit, Michigan. Yolanda states, my son dropped out of college and blew his student loan refund on Gucci belts and PS5s. I'm beyond hurt. Yolanda, baby, I know that pain too well. I got nephews and nieces who think designer makes them desirable. But let me say this, your son's problem ain't style, it's substance. He's chasing validation because he doesn't know his value. When I was his age, I had a choice too. After I got my JD, I went to the Marines. Got that discipline, got that grit, and when I stepped out of those boots, I built my own path. That boy of yours needs a reset. Sit him down, snatch the PlayStation cord, and tell him this. You either invest in yourself or you spend the next 10 years trying to impress folks who are broker than you are. And if he don't listen, tell him Uncle Silk said Gucci can't pay rent. Franklin from Dallas, Texas asks, My cousin snitched in the 2000s, now he running a youth mentoring group. Can he be trusted? Franklin, I know a lot of wolves in sheets hoodies. Now look, snitching carries a heavy stain, especially in our world. But if your cousin did time, came home, and is now trying to steer young cats off the same road, that counts for something. See, redemption isn't always clean. It don't come with applause. Sometimes the reformed ones are the best ones to speak because they've been through the dirt. But don't get it twisted. Trust don't mean access. Keep your wallet close, your eye open, and your spirit watching. If he's real now, time will prove it. Next up is a bidder from Accra, Ghana. She asks, can I invest in U.S. real estate while living abroad? Abena, queen of the continent, absolutely yes. The world has changed. You can buy a duplex in North Carolina from a rooftop cafe in Ghana with the right team. All you need is good credit, good legal counsel, and a hungry agent. I got folks in Nigeria and Jamaica who own Airbnbs in Florida. Just make sure you got boots on the ground that work for you, not against you. Don't let ocean stop your ownership because, baby, the dollar don't care where you sleep. It only care what you do with it. Next up is Tasha from Newark, New Jersey. She says, caught my man cheating. He said I was too emotional and I owed him an apology. What now? Now you tell him, you got your hat, get your coat. Tell him he can go kick rocks in flip-flops. Tasha, he cheated and then tried to flip it? That's a bullshit Jedi mind trick gone bad. That ain't love, that's manipulation with cologne on. I've had women cheat on me and try to flip the guilt. It don't work on Silk. I'm a veteran, not a victim. Leave that man in the past where his character lives. You can love a man and still let him go. Matter of fact, loving yourself sometimes means slamming the door behind a fool. Jerome from Los Angeles, California writes, I left the game. Now I run a trucking biz, but the hood keeps testing me. How do I stay out? Jerome, I feel you heavy. I had the same battle when I walked away from the life. Back when I owned that strip club in Kansas City, I had folks trying to drag me back in every week. But I learned something while I was in the Marines. Discipline is the refusal to fold under pressure. You tell them cats, I run routes now, not racks. Let your success speak louder than your ego. And if you gotta remind them where you could have gone, do it with class, not threats. Bosses don't bark. They move in silence and they collect invoices. Bianca from Toronto, Canada asks, is it wrong to date a man with no ambition if he treats me like a queen? Bianca, being treated well is the floor, not the ceiling. Bianca, being loved in a cage is still captivity. If he loves you, but you carrying the load while he plays Xbox and drinks ginger ale, that's not a king, that's a dependent. If that man loves you but can't build with you, you'll eventually outgrow him. A flower can't stay rooted in a dry-ass pot forever. Ask yourself, can you picture a future where you're carrying the weight and the crown? Love without growth is like flowers in a vase. Pretty for a minute, then it dies. You deserve more than comfort. You deserve a partner. Next up is Dre from Memphis, Tennessee asks, my dad calls me lazy because I rap and only work part-time. Should I cut him off? Dre, don't cut him off. Cut the noise out and prove him wrong. Your pops might not understand your grind and that's okay. But respect is earned through action. I had uncles who laughed at me when I opened my first legit business. They said, you gonna stop stacking paper every day to maybe stack it at the end of the quarter, you crazy. But 10 years later, they was asking me for investment advice. Put in that work. Drop fire tracks and keep a job. You can't demand respect while sleeping till noon. Next, we have Celine from France. She writes, I'm in love with the man who used to be a pimp. He says he's different now. Can I trust that? Celine, I was a, let's say, manager, a real one. And I'll tell you the truth. Men like me don't change because of love. We change because we get tired. Tired of the drama. Tired of always looking over our shoulder. Tired of being hollow with money. If he's really done, you'll know. He won't brag about the past. He'll build in silence. He'll protect peace, not control you. Watch the fruit. If it's rotten, you already got your answer. Kwame from Baltimore, Maryland says, Silk, I've been married 14 years. My wife wants to swing now, says it'll keep things spicy. I'm shook. Kwame, listen here, champ. That's a slippery slope. I've been in every kind of scene you can imagine, from backroom parties to leather lounges. And I can tell you, once you open that door, you better be ready for the wind that blows in. Ask yourself, are y'all trying to spice up the marriage or distract from what's broken? If your foundation ain't solid, don't start adding side pieces. Work on your connection first. Kink won't fix cracks. Rakonda from San Jose, California asks, Silk, my homegirl's man tried to holla at me. Should I tell her? Conda, yes, but be smart about it. Bring receipts. Be calm. And be prepared for her to turn on you first. I've seen it happen. Truth ain't always appreciated in real time. But eventually, she'll remember who was loyal. Expose the fool and keep your distance. Don't wrestle with pigs, you both get dirty, and the pig loves it. Roberto from Miami, Florida says, Silk, how do you know when it's time to walk away from your own business? Roberto, when your peace costs more than your profit, it's time. I walked away from businesses that were cash cows but spiritual curses. I sold my video company the moment I realized I was numb to the joy. Sometimes, success can slowly kill you. If the business ain't feeding your soul and your pocket, cash out, start over, or pivot. You ain't stuck, you just scared. Here's my coke pull of the week. From the blade to the boardroom, it's not just a title, it's a testimony. I've known women who went from street corners to corner offices, brothers who left the block and now own blocks, and folks who traded in game for game. It's not about where you started, it's about where you refuse to stay. The journey ain't cute. It's gritty, lonely, and full of people waiting on your downfall. But if you got the guts to grow and the wisdom to leave the past behind, you can rewrite your story. Don't let where you started be the chain on your ankle. Let it be the fuel in your engine. I've seen women who dance for rent money become real estate moguls. I've seen hustlers trade hand-to-hands for handshakes in conference rooms. You can flip your past into power, but only if you respect the game and yourself. Don't let shame make you small. Let your grind make you great. All right, family, that's another episode in the books. If you felt this episode, do me a solid. Subscribe, share it, comment, leave a review, and remember to leave a tip on the subscription page if you're feeling generous. Y'all help keep this mic on and this brandy in my glass flowing. This is Master Silk, signing off from the Unfiltered lane. If you got a wild situation or a raw question, send it to letmepullyourcoat@gmail.com. I'm Master Silk, and if you mad at what I said this week, you can go agitate the gravel. For the rest of you that felt this game, remember, life is gonna throw you a lot of bullshit. Just do what I do. Step over that shit. Don't fuck up your Stacy's or red bottoms by stepping on it. Catch y'all next week. Much love and much respect.